Hello, hi kids, how are you all doing? Hello बच्चों. All right, welcome you all to a wonderful session बच्चे. Right? If you remember in the previous session, I had wrapped up, I had started with this chapter chemical coordination and integration, right? And we had discussed about hypothalamus, okay? And we had discussed about pituitary gland, all right? I had also told you about what all type of hormones, okay, were produced by hypothalamus, what hormones were produced by pituitary gland, all right? And that whole story of hypothalamus and pituitary we had wrapped up in the previous session. I hope you people have revised that thing. I hope you people are completely ready with that thing, right? And everything is all sorted. Okay, today we are going to move ahead with the next gland that we are going to discuss, bache, and that is called as the thyroid gland. Alright, so this is the picture of thyroid gland. Have a look of this. We are going to talk about thyroid gland today, right? So this is, if you remember, this is the larynx portion and this is the trachea, that is also called as the windpipe. So here in the side, the thyroid gland is present with it. Okay, this is where thyroid gland is present. So we say that the thyroid gland, it is composed of two lobes. Can you see? This is one lobe, alright, and you can see this is the other lobe. Alright, so thyroid gland is composed of two lobes, and both these lobes, the lobes are present on either side of the trachea, right? And both these lobes, they are interconnected with each other in the center by a thin flap-like structure. This flap-like structure is called as isthmus. Alright, this flap-like structure is called as what? It is called as isthmus. Now, if you remember from the previous session, which hormone is coming from the pituitary gland, right, through the route of blood, and it is stimulating the thyroid gland? It is the TSH, right? That is thyrotrophin. The hormone is also called as thyrotrophin, or it is called as thyroid stimulating hormone. It is released from anterior pituitary, okay, and it stimulates the thyroid gland to secrete its own hormones. Okay, now if you take a section of thyroid gland, alright, so if you take a section of thyroid gland, let's say this is the thyroid gland. If you take a section of thyroid gland, this is what you are going to get, beta. Okay, good afternoon, Sayam. So this is what you are going to get. There are follicles present like this. Okay, there are these follicles present like these. These are called as the follicular cells. Okay, so let me just show you a picture. Let me just help you over here. Let's say I'm taking a section of the thyroid gland. Okay, so what am I getting? I'm going to get like these, the follicles I'm going to get in the thyroid gland. This is follicles, and the follicles, what they're producing, the follicles, what they're having, the follicles are made up of these type of cells, bache. Okay, these cells are called as the follicular cells. Okay, these cells that are made, okay, Baba, these cells are called as the follicular cells. See, the cells that I'm making over here, these are called as the follicular cells. Okay, these are called as the follicular cells. Okay, Baba. Now, the area which is present over here, all around the follicles, all around the thyroid follicles, here also there are these specific type of cells present, alright, which are called as the C cells. We also call them as parafollicular cells, or we also call them as C cells. Correct? So you can see over here in the diagram, the same diagram, you can see these are the cells present. These are the thyroid follicles, okay, and these are those cells that I'm talking about. These ones, the C cells, also called as the parafollicular cells. C cells are also called as the parafollicular cells. Parafollicular cells. Now see, bache, the follicular cells of the thyroid gland, they are going to release two main hormones. Okay, number one hormone, they are going to release two main hormones, bache. Number one hormone is called as T, right? It is called as tetraiodothyronin, alright, also called as T4, tetraiodothyronin, also called as T4, okay, right? And this hormone is also called as thyroxine. Okay, this hormone is also called as the thyroxine hormone. And the second hormone which is released from these follicular cells, that is called as triiodothyronin. thyronin, and it is called as T3 hormone. Correct? Both these hormones, bacha, we will just see, both these hormones are going to perform the same job. Okay, we will calculate the function that they are doing, but both of them are going to do the same job. But tetraiodothyronin is produced in more amount. Okay, it is produced in more amount, and it is comparatively less potent. That means it is comparatively less effective in its particular, job. Whereas you can say the triiodothyronin, it is produced in less amount, but it is comparatively more potent, right? More potent means it is able to do its job much better. That little amount is going to do the job more better. Clear? For both these hormones, the presence of iodine is required, and that is the reason we say when there is iodine deficiency in the body, it causes the swelling of the thyroid gland, and that problem is called as the goiter. Okay, that is because of the lack of iodine. I hope this part is clear till here for everyone. Just please give me a thumbs up, bacha. Just give me a thumbs up if this is sorted. Kids, if this is sorted, please give me a thumbs up quickly. Yes? Okay. Now let's move ahead. Right now let's see the functions of T3 and T4. Alright. T3 and T4, let's talk about the functions. Okay? Okay? Right? Sunil, Baba, let's keep our studies, right, concentrated with the NEET preparation, bache. Okay, let's keep our studies concentrating to the NEET studies. Okay, whatever is required for the NEET. Chalo. Now, let's talk about the functions of the T3 and T4 hormone. Okay, what are the functions of the T3 and T4 hormone? Number one, what T3 and T4 is doing, they are going to play a very important role. They are going to regulate the, basal metabolic rate of the body, that is called as BMR. Okay, because they regulate the metabolism. Okay, what do we say? We can say that they control the metabolism. Of carbohydrates, alright, or we can say they control the metabolism of, right, fats, okay, or we can say they control the metabolism of proteins. So this way they control the BMR of the body, the basal metabolic rate of the body. Okay. Third function, NCERT says that they also support the process of RBC formation. They support the process of RBC formation. Okay, that is RBC formation, red blood cell formation, that is also under the influence of these hormones T3 and T4, right? Then the next function is they maintain the water and electrolyte balance beta of the body. Okay, they maintain the water and electrolyte balance of the body. Okay, this is also their job, T3, T4. And one more job which is not given in NCERT, the fifth, which is concerning the frogs. In the case of frogs, alright, we know that a tadpole, it undergoes metamorphism. Okay, it undergoes metamorphosis to form a young frog. Okay, to form a young frog. So this metamorphosis, this step is called as metamorphosis. Okay, so metamorphosis is done by, who is helping in metamorphosis? The T3 and T4 hormone. If by chance a tadpole is, right, we remove the thyroid gland from the tadpole, or if it is not able to produce this thyroxine hormone properly, then the metamorphosis will not take place. So metamorphosis of the frog is also under the control of T3 and T4 hormone. I hope this part is clear to everyone. Yes, bachcho. Yes, I hope this part is clear to everyone. Okay, so let me quickly move you through what NCERT is saying. See, this is what NCERT says. This is the same story. Alright, we have already discussed this. And one very important deficiency, if iodine is not present in our diet in correct amount, thyroid gland will not be able to produce its hormone effectively. It is going to cause the enlargement of the thyroid gland, and that is commonly called as goiter. Okay, this is one deficiency. Second, if a female during pregnancy she is having hyperthyroidism, okay, during pregnancy she is having hyperthyroidism, means that she is not able to, hypothyroidism, that means she is not able to produce the thyroxine hormone properly. In that case, the baby that is going to develop from her body, that baby is going to have shunted growth. Okay, the baby is not going to develop properly. The maturity and the development of the child is going to be affected. Okay, it will show shunted growth. Shunted growth means the child will not be able to grow properly. Height will not be normal, called as cretinism. There will be mental retardation, low intelligence quotient, abnormal skin. The child can be deaf or mute. So this problem is called as cretinism. Okay, bacha, this is called as cretinism. Third, in the case of females, okay, this is all about hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism means if there is less amount of thyroid hormone produced. In adult women, if adult women are facing hypothyroidism, what will happen? Their menstrual cycle can become irregular, bache. Okay, right? This is menstrual cycle can become irregular. Her metabolic activities will slow down. She'll put on weight. Okay, she'll become lethargic. So this problem in adult women, the third condition is myxedema. Myxedema. This is the condition of hypothyroidism in adult women. Right? And the fourth problem that they're giving is hyperthyroidism. What happens in hyperthyroidism? Due to, this is hyperthyroidism now, right? Now due to the cancer of the thyroid gland, if the thyroid gland is having a cancer, or because there are some nodules in the thyroid gland, then what happens? The thyroxine hormone is going to produce in higher amount. Okay, so this production in higher amount is called as hyperthyroidism, right? And this hyperthyroidism is, right, there is one type of a disease called as exothalamic goiter, also called as Graves' disease. This is an example of hyperthyroidism. Here what is happening? More than required amounts of thyroxine is produced. So this is going to increase the basal metabolic rate of the person. The metabolism will increase more than normal. So the person is going to lose weight. The person will always be anxious. Okay, there is going to be so much of anxiety. Right, there is going to be protrusion of the eyeballs. Okay, so this problem, which is also showing enlargement of thyroid gland, this exothalamic goiter is also called as Graves' disease. Clear, bete? This is also called as Graves' disease. I hope this point is clear to everyone. Yes, give me a thumbs up please everyone if it is clear. Sunil, Sanyam, Smart Mind. Beta, this is clear to everyone? Yeah? Now, so I have explained you what T3 and T4 are doing, right? I have explained you about this particular, wait, let me just come to this slide. So I have explained you what T3 and T4 hormones are doing. Okay, what the hormones of the follicular cells are doing, that we have explained. Now, very interesting thing. There are one more type of cells which are present in the stromal area. Okay, all this area which is present around the follicles, this area beta, all this area, this is called as the stroma, which is present around the thyroid follicles. Okay, this area is called as the stroma area, right? Now in the stroma, if you remember, I told you that there are these type of cells called as the C cells, also called as parafollicular cells. They release another type of hormone, and that is called as thyrocalcitonin. Thyrocalcitonin, also called as simple calcitonin, also called as TCT. And thyrocalcitonin is going to associate in the regulation of calcium ions. Clear, bache? Right? So we have already discussed about T3, T4 hormones. Now I'll start the discussion with respect to the, right, with respect to the C cells, what C cells are doing, what TCT hormone is doing, that I am going to explain you. Okay bacha, so let's say we are starting our story of this thing. Okay, so now let's understand this thing. This is very simple and very interesting. Okay, now see, let's say I'm trying to make a blood vessel. Okay, what am I trying to make over here? I'm trying to make a blood vessel over here, right? This is what? This is a blood vessel, and the hormone that I'm going to discuss is thyroid. Wait, let me write it over here. All right, now the hormone that I'm discussing is Thyrocalcitonin. Clear bachche? Also called as TCT, right? And from where is this hormone? Right, this is also called as TCT. And who is producing this hormone? This is produced from the C cells or parafollicular cells of the thyroid gland. They are going to produce this hormone. Correct? Now understand what is thyrocalcitonin going to do. Thyrocalcitonin, this is a blood vessel, I have explained you. Okay, this is a blood vessel, so there is blood present inside. What is thyrocalcitonin going to do? Thyrocalcitonin is going to decrease the calcium amount in the blood. Okay, what is thyrocalcitonin going to do? It is going to decrease the amount of calcium in the blood. So we can say that thyrocalcitonin is going to act as a hypocalcemic hormone. What is hypocalcemic hormone? That whenever in the body, wherever in the blood there is higher amount of calcium present, calcitonin hormone is released out, and it is going to do three ways by which the amount of calcium ion is decreased in the blood. Okay, what are the three things that it is going to do? Number one, what it is going to tell? It is going to tell the bones. It is going to tell the bones ki please take away calcium from the blood. Okay, so what it is going to do? It is going to cause the deposition of calcium ions in bones. So we can say this is also called as bone formation. Okay, it is also happening, it is also taking a role in bone formation. It is telling ki bhai please bones, you please form, right? You please take more extra amount of calcium and please deposit it at your end. So this is one job that thyrocalcitonin is doing. Second, what it is going to do? It is going to tell the kidney tubules. Okay, it is going to tell the kidney tubules ki please don't, please reabsorb more and more calcium amount from the filtrate. Okay, so what it is, don't reabsorb, sorry. What it is going to tell the kidney tubules? It is going to prevent the reabsorption of calcium ions from kidney tubules. That means from the PCT, DCT, it is going to tell the calcium ions. Okay, it is going to tell the PCT, DCT that don't give back calcium ions into the blood. Okay, don't cause reabsorption of calcium ions. So it is going to prevent. This way, less amount of calcium will reach the blood. Okay, this is what they are going to do. And the third thing, what this hormone is doing, it is going to prevent the absorption of calcium ions from the digestive tract. It is going to tell the digestive system, okay, that please don't absorb calcium ions. There is already so much of calcium ions in the blood. Okay, please don't absorb calcium ions. So these are the three methods by which thyrocalcitonin is going to decrease the amount of calcium in the blood. I hope this part is clear to everyone. Yes, bache, I hope this part is clear. So this is about the thyroid gland. Now, associated along with the thyroid gland, there is one more gland present that is called as parathyroid gland. See, have a look over here. Look at this. So this is at the back side of the thyroid gland. Let's say this is the front. Okay, so let's say this is the trachea. Right, let's say this is the trachea. Okay, and here this is the thyroid gland present like this. This is how it is present. Now at the back side, if you just try to see at the back side, okay, at the back side, this is the back side that is visible. So we can say that this is which size? This is the dorsal size. This is the dorsal side. Okay, this is which side? This is the dorsal side. At the dorsal side, that means at the back side, dorsal, or you can say at the back side of the thyroid gland, there are these 4 small glands present, which are called as parathyroid glands. 1 pair each in each lobe of the thyroid gland. So 1 pair over here in this lobe and 1 pair over here in this lobe. This gland is called as parathyroid gland. And what do parathyroid glands do? What do the cells of parathyroid gland do? So this is parathyroid gland. They have taken section. They have shown you over here. So these parathyroid glands, they release a type of a hormone, a peptide hormone, which is called as parathyroid hormone, also called as parathormone. Right? And what is this parathormone going to do? It is going to play antagonistic to thyrocalcitonin. Remember what was thyrocalcitonin doing? Thyrocalcitonin was decreasing the amount of calcium ions in the blood. What is parathormone going to do? It is going to increase the calcium amount in the blood. Okay, right? By doing everything in the opposite manner. You getting my point? So parathormone is released from the parathyroid glands and it is acting antagonistic to this particular. Everything opposite they'll do. So let me just try to help you out over here. What exactly is happening? Let's see. So this is thyrocalcitonin. Let me write about parathormone. Here only I'll explain you about parathormone. Okay, see. So what is this hormone's name? The name of the hormone is parathormone. Parathormone, also called as parathyroid hormone, also called as PTH. Correct? From where it is released? It is released from parathyroid gland, beta. It is released from parathyroid gland. And what it is doing? It is increasing the amount of calcium in the blood. Okay, what it is doing? It is increasing the amount of calcium in the blood. Whenever our body is having less amount of calcium, parathyroid hormone is going to increase that. So we can say that this hormone is what? It is hypercalcemic hormone. It is a hypercalcemic hormone. It is increasing the calcium amount in the blood. How it is doing this thing now? Right? How it is going to do this thing now? Number 1, it is going to stimulate it is going to take it back from the blood. Okay, from the bones. It is going to tell the bones, ki bones, please start your breakage. Okay, please start your breakage. So it is going to cause what? It is going to cause the dissolution of the bones. This is also called as bone resorption. Right? This is also called as bone resorption. Or we can say this is also called as bone dissolution. Okay, this is also called as bone dissolution. And what it is going to do? It is going to, it is also called as demineralization. Take calcium ions from the bones. It is also called as bone demineralization. Okay, and what they are going to do? They are going to take calcium ions back from bones. Correct? This is how calcium ion is returned back to the blood. Second, this was one way. Second way, earlier it was preventing the reabsorption, okay, from the kidneys because there was enough of calcium ions in the blood. Now what they are doing? They are going to stimulate the reabsorption. Second thing, they are going to stimulate the reabsorption. They are going to tell the kidneys from your it is going to stimulate. Okay, so from your kidney tubules, from the renal tubules, please start the reabsorption of calcium so that calcium is taken back to the blood. Okay, and similarly here also in the digestive system, the third thing, it is going to stimulate the absorption of calcium ions from the digestive system, so that more and more calcium ions are absorbed from the digestive system and they are brought to the blood. Okay bacha, you getting the point, every one of you? Right? I hope you are getting the point, every one of you. So these are the three ways in which parathyroid hormone or hormone is functioning. Okay? So both of them, you can say the PCT, the PTH and thyrocalcitonin, they are antagonistic to each other. Clear bete? So with this we come to the end of thyroid gland. I hope thyroid gland is all sorted to everyone. Yeah, please put up a thumbs up. Please put up a thumbs up if thyroid is stimulated to everyone. Please put up a thumbs up. Clear bache? Okay. Now we are coming to the next group of hormones. Okay, we are coming to the next group of hormones, and that is called as the adrenal gland. So I'm now going to explain you adrenal gland. Our body has one pair of adrenal glands. Okay, one above each kidney. So this is the kidney. Here is the adrenal gland. One above the each kidney. This is the adrenal gland. The gland itself is made up of two type of tissues. Okay, one tissue which is present in the outside, you can see this yellow part which is present in the outside. This is called as the adrenal cortex. And one part which is present in the inside, you can see this part. Okay, this whole part which is present on the inside, this part is called as the adrenal medulla. So adrenal gland is made up of two parts, right? The outer part is called as the adrenal cortex, the outside is the adrenal cortex, and the inner side is called as the adrenal medulla. We'll talk about this disease later on. Okay, we'll talk about this later on. Now, if we talk about adrenal medulla, so this is the adrenal medulla, the inner hormone, the inner part, this is the adrenal medulla. Adrenal medulla is releasing two type of hormones. Okay, let's see. It secretes two type of hormones, two hormones, which are called as adrenaline. Adrenaline is also called as epinephrine. Okay? And the second hormone is noradrenaline, also called as norepinephrine. Combined together, these hormones are also called as catecholamines. Okay? Both these hormones are combined together, also called as catecholamines. Now, what do these two hormones do? Right? Adrenaline and noradrenaline, they are secreted in the body whenever there is a kind of an emergency. So they are also called as the emergency hormones. Okay, that means they are released during the 3F conditions of the body. What are the 3F conditions of the body? Number one, whenever there is some fear, right? Or when we say that there is some fright. Whenever there is some fear, or fear is also called as fright in that condition. Number two, whenever the body wants to get ready for a fighting condition, right? Or number three, whenever the body wants to get ready to run away from that place, that is flight. So during these three conditions, fear, fight and flight, these hormones are released. These are called as the emergency conditions of the body. And you'll see that all the changes that are showing over here, okay, all the changes that are showing over here, all these changes are going to alert the body, right? Make the body ready to fight during these emergency hormones. For example, what function it is doing? Number one function, it is going to increase the alertness of the body. The body will become more alert of the situation. Oh yes, this, that, right? It will become more alert. Second, it is going to dilate the pupils. Pupil dilation, so that if we run to a dark place or if we go away to a dark place, our body is very easily, right, our eyes are very easily able to see it. So that is called as pupillary dilation. Okay. Number three, piloerection, because the sensitivity of the body is increasing, right, alertness of the body is increasing. So piloerection, goosebumps, that will also be seen. Because of more energy production, right, there will be higher temperature in the body, so sweating will also be there. Okay. Also, both the hormones, they increase the heartbeat. Okay, what do? They increase the heartbeat. right? Then they increase the strength with which the heart is contracting, that is also done. They increase the rate of the respiration also, so the rate of respiration also increases. All these activities are done to promote more and more oxygen reaching to the cells. Why? Because the cells, they are going to break down glycogen. Okay? So breakdown of glycogen, that is glycogenolysis is happening. Breakdown of glycogen is happening, and so that there is more and more glucose in the blood. Why more and more glucose is required in the blood? Because from glucose only we are going to form ATP, we are going to form energy. So any method with which we can ultimately produce more glucose in the blood, that all starts. For example, breakdown of lipid, lipolysis, breakdown of proteins, proteolysis, all of these are done over here. Okay, so I am writing over here lipolysis, breakdown of lipids, proteolysis, okay, breakdown of proteins. All of these things are done so that more and more glucose is accumulated in the blood. Okay, so these things are done by the adrenaline and noradrenaline hormones. I hope the adrenal medulla is sorted. Okay, adrenal medulla is sorted. So this is the adrenal medulla. Now, if we talk about adrenal cortex, right? The adrenal cortex, bache, it is having 3 layers. Right? The adrenal cortex itself is having 3 layers. The outermost layer is called as zona glomerulosa. Correct? And it produces a type of hormones which are called as mineralocorticoids. And the main mineralocorticoid is aldosterone. Okay? The main mineralocorticoid is aldosterone. We'll talk about what aldosterone is doing in detail. The second layer is called as zona fasciculata. It is called as zona fasciculata. It is releasing a type of hormones called as glucocorticoids. Correct? And the main glucocorticoid is cortisol. Correct? And the last layer is called as zona reticularis. And what is zona reticularis going to do? Zona reticularis is going to release a type of hormones called as sexocorticoids. So now we'll talk about the function of all these 3 layers in detail. I hope this part is clear to everyone. Bachcho, this thing is clear to everyone. Adrenal cortex is clear. So see, this is what they have given about adrenal cortex. We'll go step by step. Adrenal cortex is divided into 3 layers. 3 layers it is divided. Zona reticularis is the inner layer, right? Zona fasciculata and zona glomerulosa. So zona glomerulosa is the outermost layer. We have first discussed zona glomerulosa. All the hormones released from all the 3 layers are called as corticoids in general. Now see, what is zona glomerulosa doing? Zona glomerulosa are going to release a group of hormones called as mineralocorticoids. What are these mineralocorticoids going to do? They are going to regulate the balance of water and electrolyte in our body. Okay, what they are going to do? They are going to balance the electrolyte and water balance of the body. Aldosterone is the main mineralocorticoid. Okay, you all know what is aldosterone going to do? Aldosterone, it acts at the renal tubules. Aldosterone, it acts at the DCT, distal convoluted tubule, and the collecting duct. What does it say? It says them to reabsorb sodium ions and water, and give out right, potassium ions and phosphate ions. So this is how aldosterone, what it is doing? It is maintaining the right electrolyte balance, the body fluid volume of the body, osmotic pressure of the body, blood pressure of the body. So all these things are maintained by aldosterone. Clear बच्चे? That is the reason the name is what? Mineralocorticoids. That means it is going to balance the amount of minerals in the body. ठीक है? Second type, the second layer. Which was the second layer? The second layer was zona fasciculata, called as the middle layer. Zona fasciculata releases a type of hormones called as glucocorticoids, and from the name itself we can see what are glucocorticoids going to do. They are going to be involved in the metabolism of carbohydrate beta. ठीक है? They are going to be involved in the metabolism of carbohydrates. Cortisol is the main glucocorticoid. ठीक है? It is the main glucocorticoid. What is glucocorticoid going to do? Glucocorticoids are going to help in, right? They are going to help in, they are going to stimulate gluconeogenesis. So what they are going to do? They are also going to increase the amount of glucose in the blood. ठीक है? They are going to cause the breakdown of glycogen. ठीक है? They are going to cause the breakdown of any other non-carbohydrate source. Any non-carbohydrate source like lipid or proteins into glucose. So that also they'll do. So that is called as gluconeogenesis. They'll break down lipid. They'll break down protein, proteins. Okay, they are going to inhibit the uptake of the cells of amino acid. They're going to tell key cells you don't have to take amino acids. Why? Because we need to convert these things into glucose. Okay, so any method by which they can increase the amount of glucose in the body, that is what they are doing. That is what glucocorticoids are doing. ठीक है? Cortisol hormone is also involved in the maintenance of cardiovascular system of the body as well as in the kidney functioning of the body. ठीक है? It was also involved in the heart system, cardiovascular system, kidney functioning. Indirectly they are related. And the cortisol, it also suppresses the immune system. It is acting as an anti-inflammatory. Okay, it produces anti-inflammatory reactions. It suppresses the immune system. So cortisol also stimulates RBC production. So these are all the functions. See, cortisol plays a very big role in the body, right? So these are all the functions of the glucocorticoids. The ones I have marked in blue color, they are all the functions of glucocorticoids. So they are what? They are maintaining the carbohydrate balance in the body. ठीक है बच्चे? I hope this is clear. And now we are coming to the last part. The last layer is the reticularis. Zona reticularis, the last layer, the innermost layer. What is zona reticularis doing? It is going to produce small amount of androgenic steroids like testosterone. Okay, they are released by the adrenal cortex, and what do? They play a small role in the growth of axial hair, the hair which are present in the axillary part of the body. Okay, pubic hair, the hair which are present in the genital areas of the body. Okay, facial hair, okay, during puberty. So these are the small functions of sexocorticoids, and the main androgenic steroid is testosterone. ठीक है बच्चा? I hope these things are clear. So all these three type of hormones which are produced from adrenal cortex, they are in general, right? All these three type of hormones in general are called as corticoids. They are called as corticoids. And in case they are not, right, in case there is any underproduction of these hormones of the adrenal cortex, especially the mineralocorticoids, right, or glucocorticoids, it alters the carbohydrate metabolism. The carbohydrate metabolism gets altered. Okay, there is weakness in the body, there is fatigue in the body, and this problem is called as Addison's disease. So what is Addison's disease? If there is underproduction of mainly glucocorticoids or mineralocorticoids, then this hampers the metabolism. It hampers the carbohydrate metabolism of the body. So it gives acute weakness and fatigue to the body. Okay, bacha? Clear? This is about the adrenal glands. So we have done each and everything of the adrenal glands. I hope this part is clear. Yes, Putar, in case there is some doubt, you can ask me. In case you feel that there is some doubt, you can ask me. Any child having any doubt, any concern, you can please ask me. Right? Okay. Now we are going to talk about another disease, another gland that is called as thymus. Okay, this is another very small gland. This is called as thymus. It is a lobular structure. You can see over here, this is where thymus is present. Okay, it is present on the ventral side of the heart and the aorta. It is a small structure, very small structure, which is present over here. Okay, what is thymus doing? What is the role of thymus? Thymus role, it plays a very big role in the development of immune system. Now what exactly it does, I'll help you. Thymus, it is going to release a hormone called as thymosin. Okay, and what thymosin is going to do? Thymosin is going to help in the differentiation, right, in the maturation of the T cells or T lymphocytes. You know, T cells, T lymphocytes, they provide a type of immunity called as cell mediated immunity. Okay, so the maturation of the T cells is done by thymus. So if thymus is not, also the T lymphocytes also help in antibody formation indirectly. Okay, they also indirectly help in that. So this way we say that the thymus plays a very strong role in the development of the immune system of the body. Okay, by how? By causing the maturation of the T cells. And one more important thing, bache. With age, we see, with age, the thymus, no, it gets degenerated. Right? As we keep on growing old, the thymus, no, it keeps on degenerating. As a result, what is happening? That is the reason that more and more T lymphocytes will not be able to undergo differentiation. So that is the reason we have seen that the immune response, the immune system or the immune response of old people, it becomes very weak. It becomes very depressed, it becomes very weak. Why? Because thymus itself is degenerated. So when thymus itself is not present in its apt size and apt amount, then the T lymphocytes will not be able to get matured. T lymphocytes will not be matured. Okay, so as a result, our immune system will not function properly. So that is the reason the immunity of the people, the immunity of the right people, it is going to decrease after a certain age. You can see over here, this is the thymus of a newborn. Okay, this is the thymus of a 10-year-old. See, this is the thymus of a 25-year-old. This is of a 50-year-old and this is of a 70 years old. So this is how it is decreasing. Clear, bacha? I hope this part is clear to everyone. So 4 type of glands we have wrapped up today. We've spoken about thymus. First we spoke about thyroid, then we spoke about parathyroid, okay? Then we spoke about adrenal glands, right? Then we spoke about thymus, right? And this is all about the special glands which are present in this chapter. In the next session, right? In the next session, we will take up all the other left glands, like we will talk about pancreas, okay? We will talk about the other hormones which are present in the different parts of the body. We'll probably talk about the mechanism of the hormones, how exactly these hormones are functioning, how they're working, okay? So this is the part that we are going to discuss in the next class. I hope till here everything is clear. Yes, bacha? I hope till here everything is clear. All these things are clear till here. Yes. So please revise this part from your NCERT. Please learn it. Please revise it from your NCERT. In the next session, we are going to move this chapter ahead and probably we'll wrap it up in the next chapter. Okay, bacha? ठीक है? Take care. Right? So your homework will be to just revise your NCERT, learn your NCERT very nicely and revise it from the notes that I'm going to give you. Okay? ठीक है? चलो. Take care. Alright, we will see in the next class. Take care, बच्चों. We'll see in the next class and revise till here. Okay? चलो. Bye bye. See you, बच्चों. See you. Bye bye. Take care.